Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about Mandalorian, the last episode of Mandalorian, which I enjoyed. It was a good episode. I'm just going to say this right now. The episode with Ahsoka is still my favorite episode in the season and series, but this week's episode is still pretty good. So, the one thing I did not expect this episode to do is to pick up where the last episode left off. And, because, you know how with the Bo-Katan episode, there was like one episode after that? Like, between the Ahsoka episode and the Bo-Katan episode, there was one episode in between that. So I kind of expected, okay, we're going to get the same treatment. The Ahsoka episode and the episode that we got, there's going to be one filler episode. And I was wrong, thankfully. We see Mando and Grogu go to Tython. They go to this rock where Mando sits Grogu on. And then after some time, Grogu decides to meditate. And like this force field is around him. And when that is happening, we see the Slave One coming in. And keep in mind, I saw her twice. One time by myself, the other time with my father. And both times, I got excited to see the Slave One because I knew who exactly was in it. Boba Fett is literally one of the most iconic Star Wars characters out there. Even though he didn't really do much in the original trilogy. But still, I think they could, if Season 7 was a bit longer, they could have had a story arc for Boba potentially. And I think they could have, they missed the mark for using Boba in Rebels. Because I'm pretty sure they could figure something out. Getting the same guy who did Boba and Jango Fett in, to do the voice. I mean, they got James Earl Jones to do Darth Vader. And Anthony Daniels to do C-3PO. And Frank Oz to do Yoda. And I feel like I'm forgetting one character. But they got 3 of the original characters to reprise their roles in the Rebel show. And Liam Neeson to do Qui-Gon Jinn again in the Clone Wars. So you're telling me they couldn't figure something out with Boba. Anyways, getting on topic. So, saw Boba's ship. It was great. It brought a lot of pleasant feelings in my heart. And this episode, before I've been hearing a question, well, is Boba Fett a bad guy or a good guy? We see them fight for the bad guys, but is he really the bad guy? This episode shows you, I feel like, answers that question. Whether or not Boba is a good guy or a bad guy. So, Boba lands. We see Boba and the girl who was from Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. that died, the character died in the last season that was saved by Boba. In this episode, and all Boba really wants is to have his armor back that we saw in the first episode with the sheriff episode. That's really all Boba wants. He could have easily killed Mando. Well, I shouldn't say easily, but at least they could have easily killed Grogu, potentially, if the bullet went through that force field. But they struck a deal that, okay, you give me my armor, and in return, I'll see to it that you and that child gets to wherever you're going or safely, that you guys are protected. Then the Empire comes. Boba and I'm gonna call her May because I don't. Up until I memorize her Star Wars name, I'm gonna call her May. Her episode name, her character name. So Boba and May fence off the stormtroopers. Mando tries to get Grogu, fails, so Mando eventually joins the fight to defend him as in Grogu. And then we see Boba Fett in his armor, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. Like, seeing Boba in his armor, that was a really awesome, iconic feeling. Because the last time we saw Boba in his armor was when Han Solo does his back thrust thing, jamming Boba's jet, making Boba go into the Sarlacc pit. That was the last time, well, outside of the show, where we saw Boba's armor. And so when I saw Boba in his armor, like, and I mean Boba in his armor, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then Moff Gideon sends out Death Troopers, which are kind of different than the ones that we got in Rogue One. Rogue One, I would sense the Death Troopers were actually people in the armor. These are robots, androids, cyborgs, whatever you want to call them. And they successfully take Baby Yoda, or Grogu as you want to call it. And on that ship, Grogu gets knocked out. Boba and May are saying, yeah, our deal isn't over. I agreed to take you, protect you. I agree if I have my armor back, I will see to it that you and the child is safe. And the child is not safe yet, so we're still in your debt. Showing that Boba has some honor in him, which, hands down, you're the man. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Boba, as the Death Troopers take Grogu back to the ship, Boba Fett in the Slave One follows them loosely, and says, "Oh my God, the Empire is back." And so it was great to see like Boba and Mando fighting side by side. It was great, and if last week's episode didn't confirm it with Mando getting his armor attacked by lightsabers, then this episode for sure proves that his armor is OP with blaster scuds. So boom, boom, boom. That armor, he's pretty much Superman, a Mandalorian Superman. If lightsabers and blaster bolts cannot hurt Mando in that armor that he has, what can hurt him? Oh yeah, before the Death Troopers comes against Mando's ship, Baby Yoda, they blow up his ship. Like, I was like, damn! Like, I didn't expect that. That was cool. It was really cool. And so we go to the planet that we were at. Where we were in like episode 4, and we see Cara Dune as the chief officer of the town that we saw episode 4 take place on. And if you're one of those people, they're saying, "MJ, get to Gina Carano! Oh my god! Yeah, that's pretty much a big fuck you. But and yes, that was me making a jab at those people saying, "MJ, get the Gina Carano because she doesn't have pronouns in her bio. She's not pussover. She's not letting us make her a pussover. OMG." Sorry, Nemo. My cat's like, "Shut up, Dad." Sorry, Nemo. But pretty much, Mando says, "We need your help." They the Empire took the child. And the episode practically ends at that. So it's great. So next week's episode, we're definitely going to see May and Mando. Maybe Cara Dune teaming up with Mando to save Grogu. Now, I did say this on the group channel I am in charge of, that when I made touch on the subject a bit, the next subject I'm going to tackle, I feel like Grogu is going to be in season 3. Like either Cal, the Jedi from Jedi Fallen Order, will come up and take Grogu as his Padawan learner. Mace Windu because even when George Lucas was running Lucasfilm, he flirted with the idea that Mace Windu could have survived that fight between him and Sidious after Anakin cut off his arm. There could be, if they want to recanonize this character, in a sense they're recanonizing the games that he's from, Starkiller. Because at the end of Force Unleashed 2, the clone of Starkiller is still alive. So we couldn't easily... And let's just say for a second, Force Unleashed 3 happened and Starkiller is still alive. The clone. Starkiller is up for the running. Because at this point, he would be still a Jedi. I would imagine. So there's that possibility. Do I think it would be Obi-Wan? No. I don't think it's Obi-Wan. Because Obi-Wan is a Force Ghost. Now, granted that, yeah, there's that chance that Obi-Wan and Grogu could have met. Because Grogu was on Coruscant when the whole Order 66 happened. So there's still that chance that Obi-Wan or Anakin could show up before Force Ghost and train him. Which, yeah, I mentioned Anakin. But I don't think it would be Anakin so much, per se. If between those two Force Ghosts, I think Obi-Wan would have more of a chance than Anakin to appear. Then there's Ahsoka. It could be like the Force's way of saying, Ahsoka, I know you're afraid that with attachment, Grogu will be like Anakin, but bitch, please. Yeah, Anakin was that one bad apple. But just because Anakin might have been like the one bad apple that was redeemed in the end, but who knows if Ahsoka knows at this point. Just because, man, Anakin was that one bad apple in the nest of apples doesn't mean Grogu is going to be the same way. It's time for you to get yourself out of the past and live in the present, preserve the Jedi Order, or this would be a good way to introduce the Great Jedi, because as far as I'm aware, the Great Jedi aren't canon in Disney and Star Wars, so Ahsoka could be our first Great Jedi that we ever see in Disney and Star Wars, like the first character to appear as a Great Jedi, and Grogu could be our first Great Jedi Padawan. It could be that. And then there could be Luke Skywalker. Of course, there's that option of Luke Skywalker. Those 6-7 Jedi, if they decide not to have Grogu in season 3, they could use one of those Jedi, or in Ahsoka's case, Great Jedi, to take Grogu and train him and not have him be in season 3, outside of a potential cameo episode. But I don't think that I don't think Grogu will find a Jedi Master. I don't think a Jedi will hear the call. I generally don't. I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. That would be a nice dodging of the expectations. So, that's ultimately my theory of what will happen in the towards the end of the season. That Grogu will essentially stay with Mando because the whole parent-child relationship that Star Wars has with prequels. Anakin found, because he firmly said this too, found Obi-Wan as a father figure, even though Obi-Wan found Anakin as a brother. And I do believe and that Anakin also found Palpatine as a father figure. In the original trilogy, Luke found out that his father was one of the most evil people in the galaxy and tried to convert him back to the light side, and he was successful. And as Kylo Ren put it perfectly in The Last Jedi, that Rey latched on to Han Solo as a father figure, and now in The Last Jedi she latched on to Luke Skywalker as a father figure. And now in the Rise of Palpatine, as I like to call Episode 9, she latched on to Leia as a mother figure. So and the Rogue One deals with at least part of that movie deals with a daughter finding their father. So with all the whole parent-child relationship that they have going on in the Star Wars movies, and I'm purposely excluding Solo because I don't get the whole parent-child thing with Han in that movie. With the whole parent-child relationship that they have going on in the Star Wars movies, or for just to say, that's the reason why I believe we will see Grogu in season 3, because as Ahsoka puts it, Mando's like a father to Grogu. And again, I could be wrong. A Jedi could easily, or Ahsoka could easily go and get Grogu to take as their Padawan. Could be a Sith too, or a dark side user. Who knows? But pretty much the next episode, my theory for the next episode is it's gonna be Mando getting a crew together to rescue Grogu. That's my theory. If not in the next episode, then to rescue. If he doesn't try to rescue Grogu in the next episode, then it will be in the last episode. Because I think we're on episode 6, and next week's episode is gonna be episode 7. So there's that. So, and my theory is, if the Jedi do take Grogu, Luke Skywalker being one that I'm thinking has the most chance, and Ahsoka, they will come at the last possible second, as a hero's entrance, and save Team Mando and Grogu. That's ultimately my theory. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the last episode of Mandalorian? And what is your guys' theories for next week's episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. May the Force be with us all.